Good to see everybody, especially during this really crazy time in our lives. So we need some yoga more than ever to keep ourselves grounded and centered. So hopefully this weekly slow flow will just help you move and stretch and find some inner peace. This is a slow flow class. And so slow flow means that rather than moving through each movement with one breath, we're going to be holding some of the poses for several breaths. And so we're moving through our bodies, we're moving through the poses at a much slower and more intentional pace. And this will give you an opportunity to also just come into your body and think more about your alignment as well, and to also have the opportunity to focus on your breath. So the breath is the centerpiece of yoga. It really is that mind-body connection. And so think of this as your moving meditation, and your breath is going to be your mantra. It's helpful if anybody has props. I'll offer the use of a block. But if you don't have one, that's fine. You're not going to be lost at sea. Everyone can just find a comfortable seat. I like easy pose with my legs crossed in front of one another. Close your eyes. Start to come inward. And pay attention to your breath. Bring your focus to the rhythmic inhale and exhale of your natural breathing. Just easy, slow breath. In through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Feel your sit bones ground down underneath you. Allow the spine to lengthen. Grow tall with ease. Shoulders are relaxed. Let's all take a big inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Again, big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. One more time. And exhale. And now begin to deepen your breath. Again, through the nose, in and out. See if you can lengthen your breath. Count it out. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Continue this on your own. If any thoughts drift into your mind, just gently let them fall aside and come back to counting your breath. Continue to breathe. And now drop the breath. And I want you to think of your Sankalpa. That's your intention for this practice. It could be a short saying such as, I am at ease, or I feel grounded. Whatever it is, take your Sankalpa and repeat it to yourself 3 times silently. And as you practice today, just keep coming back to that Sankalpa and link it to your practice. And allow the practice to be a tool to help you to achieve your intention. Okay, open the eyes gently. We're going to start on our back. And just gently bring yourself down to your mat. All right. And bring the knees into the chest. Hug them nice and tight. Inhale. And release with an exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Bring the palms of the hands to the tops of the knees. And we're going to do pelvic tilt. So bring the knees into the chest. And then push the knees out until the elbows straighten. Allow the pelvic bone to sink forward. Your lower back is going to lift off the mat. And then bring that back in, the lower back rounds. And then push the knees out. And allow the feet to dangle. See if you can almost reach the toes towards the floor. And we'll go back and forth between this. Inhale, extend the elbows. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Do a bit of rocking here. And from here, we're going to extend the left leg, bring the right knee into the chest. Plug it in. You probably are feeling a stretch through the right hip. Maybe you can circle the knee, tiny circles in one direction and then the other. And if you want to have your blocks nearby, sorry about that, I'm using my feet to grab it. If you have a block, you set that on your left side. Bring the right knee to a 90-degree angle. Your hands are going to clasp and come down to your right hip. And then we're going to bring the right hip over to the left side slightly. And then inhale up to center. Exhale, bring it over. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring it over. Inhale, center. And then exhale, stay in the twist. You can allow your right shoulder to come off the floor if you need to. This should not be a really deep twist yet. We're just warming up. If you want to, you can bring that right arm, trace it up your side into your elbow, and then do elbow circles. Start to stretch through the shoulder. Switch the directions. And now reach that right arm up and overhead. Big inhale here. Expand the ribs and exhale. One more inhale. Reach that arm behind you and exhale. Inhale, come back up to center. And release the right leg down. We're going to do the other side. Inhale the left leg up and squeeze into the chest. Make sure that right leg is nice and long. You can have the toes pointed, or if you want to get a stretch in the calf, you can flex the foot. And maybe little knee circles here. All right, bring that left foot into a 90-degree angle. Hands are going to interlace. They'll come down to your left hip. And we're going to bring that left knee over to the right slightly. Inhale it up. Exhale, bring it over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. And exhale, bring it all the way down. Breathe deeply. Let the breath be your movement when you're in a static pose. You bring the right hand to the knee and then draw that left hand up your side to the left elbow. We do our elbow circles. Other way. Continue to breathe deeply and extend that left arm up above. Feel the stretch through your left side, those intercostal muscles. Big inhale and exhale. Another inhale here. Really stretch that arm up and back behind you. And exhale. Release the arm down. Come back to center. And release the leg. Okay, from here we're going to sit up so you can bring the legs back into the chest and start rolling up. Use this as a bit to massage the spine. So you want to roll all the way up. And then we're going to come into a kneeling position. All right, so we're on all fours. Your knees are going to be as wide as your hips, and you want to make sure that each hand is placed underneath your shoulder. And if you have sensitive wrists like I do, anytime we're in this position, you can always go up on your fist. So I'm going to go on my fist because I have a wrist that's pretty sensitive. All right, cat-cow. This is one of my favorites. So inhale, we're going to let the belly drop towards the floor, look forward. Make sure, try not to crane your neck. A lot of people go all the way up. That's pinching your neck. So we're just going to look up, and on an exhale, we're going to start to round the back, bring the pelvis tucked into a tucked position. Drop the head, look towards the navel. Inhale, slowly unwind that. Drop the belly again. Pelvis goes up, tilts up towards the sky. Chest comes through, looking forward. Exhale, back into your cat. Gaze at the navel. Inhale, drop the belly. Pull the chest through. Exhale into your cat. Let's do one more round. Deep breaths here. And release, come into a neutral spine. Okay, from here we're going to do bird dog. So first we're going to extend and bring that left foot behind us. You tuck the toes, and if you bring the heel back, start to get a bit of a stretch through the calf. And then from here, we're going to bring that leg up. Make sure the hip isn't rotating upwards. You can tell if your foot is flexed and your toes are pointed directly towards the ground. If they're pointed out towards the side, that means your hip is rotated outwards. So bring that hip back down. And now you should have your left leg extended behind you. Bring the right arm out in front. And flex that foot. Push the heel back behind you like you're pushing it against the wall, and stretch your right arm out in front of you. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Big inhale here. And then exhale, tuck everything. Allow the knee and the elbow to touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it together. One more. And release down. Do the other side. Bring that right foot behind you. Get a nice stretch through the calf here for a moment. And bring that right foot, float it off the ground. Left hand lifts up. Everything should be in alignment here too. You don't want to have anything too high or too low, all in one plane. Press through that right heel, stretch the left arm out in front of you. Big inhale. Exhale, bring everything together. Inhale. Bring it together. Inhale. Bring it in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bring it together. One more time. And release. Okay, we're going to come back into that position again on the other side. So lift that left foot up. Right arm extends. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Now don't let it go yet. I want you to start to reach behind you with that right hand and bend the knee. See if you can grab that foot. Hook onto the foot and then begin to lift the knee up high and press the foot into the hand. You're working on balance here. Core is engaged. Quad is definitely on fire. Also stretch through that lower back stretch. One more breath. Inhale, lift it higher. And stretch everything out. And then release. Awesome. Okay, other side. Bring that right foot out behind you. Press the heel. Make sure the hip is squared down towards the mat. Bring that left hand up in front of you and hold here for 3 breaths. Keep reaching at both opposite ends. You're lengthening through the spine, through the arm and the leg. 2, 3. Now you know where we're going. Reach that arm behind you. See if you can grab the foot. And now press the right foot into the left hand. And try to lift the knee higher off the ground. Breathe deeply. One more inhale, lift it high as you can go, and exhale down. Nice job. Let's come into a child's pose. Bring the knees out wide, feet come together, Hips come back to the heels. And just allow yourself to release after you did some hard work. Maybe you can swing the hips around back and forth. Just rocking back and forth. All right, come forward, bring the knees back together, tuck the toes. We're coming into our down dog. So lift the knees off the ground, hips come backward, press through the palms of the hands. Your fingers should be spread wide open, and the underside of your knuckles are pressing down into the mat. This should take a lot of pressure off of your wrist. Now, if you don't want to straighten, if it's too early to straighten, you can leave the legs bent. That's fine. Breathe here. And now we're going to start to walk the feet forward, and we're going to bring the feet outside of the hands. The feet are angled outward. And then we're going to bring the hips down into a squat. If you can't come all the way down, this is a great time to take a block or a book or something that you can put underneath the hips that you can rest here on. Or if your hips are more open, you can come all the way down into a Malasana squat. So something you want to avoid is hunching over like this. You want to try to have a straight back. I like having my hands in the Anjali Mudra into prayer pose, and then I can use my knees, I'll show you from the front side. I can use my elbows to press into my knees, so watch my knees, they go outwards a lot when I press through the elbows. So if that feels comfortable, go for it. Breathe into this. And again, if you're having trouble getting down, see if there's something you can put underneath the hips that you can rest your hips on. And we're going to open this up to each side. So left arm is going to touch the ground, hands are going to touch the ground, and then right arm extends up. Look up towards that right arm. Inhale and exhale. Another inhale here. And release. Other side. Open up. Of course, if anything feels really uncomfortable or you're feeling pain, like bad pain in your body, don't do it. Listen to your body. You can always try variations that feel good for you, or you can just skip any poses that I offer. They're just my offerings. This is your practice. And release. I'm going to face back towards the front of the mat. All right, interlace the fingers together, stretch them out in front of you, and here's a challenge. See it from here if you can stand right up. Oh yeah, that's probably a good burn on those outer hips there. All right, we're coming to our Tadasana, or mountain pose. So feet are hip width apart. So standing here, bring the weight into the front of the heels. So what that means is if you lean back a lot, you'll feel yourself almost tipping backwards. That's your weight is in the back of your heels. Come forward just slightly so your weight is now centered in the front part of your heels. Also, your pelvis, you don't want it tucked in. Notice how that makes my whole posture go out of alignment. You actually want to stick your booty out, have your pelvis in an anterior tilt. And then shoulders are over the hips, which are over the heels. Nice job. All right, inhale the arms up. Interlace the fingers, leave the pointer fingers straight. Inhale, extend the spine upwards. Exhale, bring bring it over to the right side for a side stretch. I'll face you for this. You lean your weight into your left leg. You can get a deeper stretch in those in the left side. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, come up. And bring the hands down to heart center. Okay, from here, I'm actually going to stay facing you. We're going to come into figure 4. This is a balancing pose. So let's do it first, balancing on our left side. So bring your weight over into your left foot. You can start to bring that right foot off the floor. Go slowly, this is the key. Lock your drishti or your gaze onto something in front of you. Use that as your centering point. Start to bring the knee up. Rotate that hip out. And then we're going to cross the ankle over the knee. Flex the foot. And then start, you can stay here, or come into a bit of a chair pose, squat down. And if you would like to go further, you can start to hinge at the hips, come forward. If you want to, you can reach down towards the ground, or if you've got a block handy, something to rest your hands on, you're welcome to. This is a deep stretch on the outer right hip and glute. You can also just stay standing and focus on the balancing aspect of this pose as opposed to the stretch. All right, I'm going to turn back towards the side. All right, come back up. All right, from here, we're going to do some little bit of ninja-ing here. Bring that right foot in front of you. Without try not to touch the ground. Bring it back beside you. And bend into that left foot and come into a lunge. Nice job. All right, from here we're going to bring that right heel down to the ground. Our feet should be at a 45-degree angle. Check the knee on your left foot. It should be right over your ankle. You don't want it to be going past. That's actually putting a lot of strain on your knee. You can have the knee behind the ankle or right over. And now turn your body towards the right. Arms come out into your Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2. Hips should be squared towards the side. Shoulders are in the same direction. Check that knee. You can't see your big toe, bring it over to the left side. And then once you're in alignment, you can bring the gaze over to the left side and over your left fingers. Shoot those arms out. Really active arms here. Nice. Focus on your breath. And exalt your warrior. Bring that left arm up. Right hand can either come behind you, or you can wrap it around the waist. Then you can deepen into your lunge. Now, on Exalted Warrior, a lot of people try to go way far back. That's not the point of this pose. It's really just to open up your side. So it's more about lengthening upwards than really crunching into this. Inhale and exhale. You're doing great. If you need a rest on that leg, you can straighten for a moment and then come back into it. Come back into your Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, and down into Ardha Konasana, side angle pose. You can bring your elbow to your knee. Arm comes straight up. you'd like to, you can look upwards at your right arm. If you want to go a bit further, you can bring the arm overhead towards your ear. Breathe deeply. Nice job here. Come back up. And straighten that leg. Awesome. All right, bring the toes both towards the right side. Toes should be pointing slightly inwards and ankles outwards. We're going to inhale, come up. Exhale, fold, flat back into a wide-legged stretch. Come up to a flat back, halfway. Hands come to the hips. And now push down through your heels. Keep that back nice and straight and long. Pushing down through the heels should start to help bring you upright. Okay. All right. From here, come back into your warrior two. And then we're going to sweep the arms forward and come into a crescent lunge. So the back heel lifts off the ground. Now your hips are angling straight forward. You can lean the arms down, bring them to your knee. You can bring them to a prayer pose or upwards, whatever feels good for you. Use the breath to carry you through. Fix your drishti on one point in front of you. Find your meditation here. Repeat your sankalpa, your intention for today. And bring the hands down in front of you. Knee comes down, untuck those toes. Hands come back up to the knee. And we're going to twist to the left. So hands come into your heart center. And then begin to twist towards the left. You're going to hook the right elbow to the left outside of the left knee. And then use that as leverage to twist yourself over to the left side. On each inhale, you can lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist just a slight bit more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deeper twist. You could be just twisting even just a millimeter more. This isn't meant to be a grand gesture. It's very subtle. And release that. Bring the hands down to the mat, and we're gonna switch that foot out towards the edge of the mat. That left foot's gonna go out, and we're gonna come into lizard pose. So this is a really intense stretch. You can stay right here. If you want, you can start to lower yourself down. The thing I don't want you to do is hunch and round your back. Keep extension in your back. So that may mean you can't go as low as you're used to. Imagine there's a thread coming out of the top of your head and it's pulling you forward. You want to have extension in that spine. If you can come all the way down, feel free to. See if you can, again, keep that extended. I'm actually going to use my block. Next time you're getting groceries, if you are going out and getting groceries, or if you're on Amazon, or maybe an independent seller, if not Amazon, I definitely recommend ordering yoga blocks. They are so, so, so helpful. I'm so glad I finally have my own. Breathe here. Awesome. Push yourself back up. And we're going to bring our hands down into a plank position. And we're going to slide that left leg behind us. And we're going to come into a side plank. So you have the option to do this as a forearm side plank, or you can stay up here. I'm going to do this on my forearms because of my wrist. So I'm going to come down. We're going to lift the knees off the ground so you're in plank or forearm plank. And then we're going to bring the hips over to the right side. We're going to allow that right foot to lay on the ground. Left foot goes on top of it. And then bring that shoulder open. If this is really challenging, you can always bring a knee down to the ground from here. Hold this. And come back to center. And if you're in a forearm plank, come up to a regular plank. And this is our vinyasa flow. So chaturanga, you can do this on your knees. Bring the elbows into a flexed position. Elbows stay close to your ribs. Lower down gently. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, come down. Push hips back. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Nice job, guys. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale, come up into warrior one. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Okay, another challenge here. We're coming into warrior three, another balancing pose. So we're going to lift the back heel off the floor, start to lean forward, flexing at the hips, and then you can use that back foot to start to walk yourself up, extend the left leg, and play with your balance here. See if you can start to lift that foot off the ground. I'm going to be essentially in a T pose. You can just play with it right here if you'd like. You can release the hands down towards the ground, whatever feels good to you. Make sure you're not opening up that hip. Notice open versus closed. So square the hip down towards the floor. Your toes should be pointing towards the floor. Flex position here. Breathe through this. And release that right foot behind the left foot. Here you're in a cross-legged, should look like this, a cross-legged forward fold. And fold down into it. Awesome job, guys. I know that wasn't easy. All right, uncross those legs. Bring the legs wide to the mat. We're coming back down into Malasana. All right, we're doing everything on the other side. All right, enjoy this Malasana, or not. Breathe through it. Whatever you're feeling is what you're feeling. All right, flex those hands out in front of you. Challenge yourself. See if you can stand straight up. And inhale the arms up. Get your your hands clasped together, finger pointers extended, and exhale towards the right. Inhale up, exhale towards the left. Inhale, come up. Hands to heart center. Okay, figure four stretch. We're going to do this on the other side. So, bring your feet hip width apart. We're going to balance on the right foot now. Stay for a moment. So, find a spot in front of you to fix your gaze. Center yourself. Repeat your Sankalpa. Come into your breath. And now bring your weight over onto the right foot. See if you can bring the left foot off the ground. Then come into that figure four shape. It's okay if you fall out of this pose. Yoga is not about perfection. It's just about connecting your mind and your body to help bring you into a meditative, grounded, peaceful state. Okay for your practice to be exactly what it is in this moment. Don't be too hard on yourself. Right, if you can bend into this figure four, that's one option. If you want to fold a little bit to get into that left glute stretch, you can. You can bring the fingertips down to the ground if you're able. Whatever feels good for your body here. It's okay to challenge yourself so long as you're not injuring yourself. Okay, I'm going to twist back around. All right, you remember where we're going? We're going to bring this into our warrior two. Come back up. Left leg in front of you. See if you can swing it through without touching the ground. Hinge forward. Bend into the right knee. And bring that foot behind you. Nice job. All right. Bring that left heel down to the ground. Foot is at 45-degree angle. Check your knee. Make sure it's not going past your ankle. All right. Rotate the shoulders over to the left side. Arms extended in front of you. Check your knee. Can you see your big toe in the front? Heel should be aligned with the middle part of your, front heel should be aligned with the middle part of your back foot. Once you've got your shoulders and your hips aligned, then you can turn your gaze. In warrior two, people often end up jacking their shoulders to the side to look over to the side. You want everything to be in alignment to the wall, and it's just your gaze that goes to the side. Breathe deeply. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exalt the warrior. Continue to focus on your breath. If you're feeling a lot of sensation here, that's okay. This is temporary. Use the breath as your vehicle. Down into side angle, Parsvakonasana. Hook the elbows to the knee. Left arm floats up. You can bring the arm over towards the ear if you like. Nice job. Inhale, come back up. Oh, you can release that leg. We're going to bring the toes facing inward, heels outward. Hands are going to come to the hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hinge and really press those hips behind you. Your weight should be in your heels. Your back is nice and long. Keep the back nice and long as you slowly come down. If you want to get into a deeper stretch, you can grab the back of the heels to pull the head down. Weight should be in your heels. All right, let's bring the hands back to the hips. Press down through the heels. Come to a flat back. Long, long spine here. Don't punch forward. Continue to press through the heels to bring you up. Come back into your warrior two. And now we're going to swing it through. The heel lifts off the ground, and we're coming into our crescent lunge. Hands can be up high, prayer pose. You can have them pressing down onto your knee, whatever feels good here. Again, check your knee alignment. Can you see your big toe in the front? Is your knee not going past your ankle? How about the back leg? Is it bent or straight? Nice straight leg in the back. And we're going to release that down, release the leg, and we'll come into a twist. So come back up, Anjali Mudra, and now hook that left elbow to the right knee, and twist to the side. And release it down. All right, lizard pose. Heel toe, the right foot out towards the edge of the mat. You can stay here if this feels like it's plenty of sensation. If you want more, remember a long, long spine here. Imagine a thread is being pulled out of the top of your head. You can come down if you like. This is your chance to really stretch through that right hip. Breathe deeply. Come back to your Sankalpa, your intention. And now side plank on the other side. Come back up. Swing the leg over to the side. Come into your version of plank. It could be regular plank or forearm plank. Lift the knees off the ground. Really important. Don't let the hips sag down like that. That's really bad for your back. You can keep the hips high if that feels better. No worries. We're going to roll over onto that left foot, right foot, back's on top. Hips go high. You can leave the arm down if you'd like. Raise it up. Continue to breathe. And come back to your plank. And let's do a little vinyasa and end in child's pose. So if you're in forearm plank, come back up to a full plank. If you want to do full plank chaturanga, you can, or knees down. Inhale up, exhale, come down. All the way to the mat. Inhale up into a cobra. Exhale, come down. Inhale into our child's pose. Awesome. If you need a sip of water, now's a good time. Okay. All right, let's come into our down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale up into your warrior one. And we're prepping ourselves for warrior three. If it's easier to come into it with your arms down first on the ground, and then you can come up, that's another way to get into it, or you can challenge yourself by coming into it with the torso up, and you're completely balancing. So come into your warrior three. Make sure those hips are squared down towards the mat, so the left hip is not opening up towards the side. Push through that back heel. Spine is long. Use your breath. And now bring that left leg behind the right and release down into your forward fold. Nice job. Uncross the legs. They're in a regular forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, smoothing out the flow. Come back down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale into a plank. And all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale to your down dog. Rest here in down dog. After you do yoga pretty regularly, eventually down dog does become a resting pose. I recognize that it's not for everyone. It's very challenging sometimes. All right, let's bring those knees down into kneeling, going into our cool down. So bring the right knee behind the left, and we're going to sink back into knee pile pose. So left knee is crossed over, kind of on top of the right knee. If you need to stick something under that left sit bone, if you're feeling pretty tight there, that's fine. And we're going to start to fold forward. Feel a deep stretch in both hips. So I apologize, we got started a little late, so that's why we're going over a few minutes here. Hopefully next time I'll have all the technology worked out. Inhale, walk yourself back up. Plant the left foot. So you bring that knee up, and then bring the left hand behind you, and then the right elbow is going to hook to that left knee. We're going to do a bit of a twist here. You should be twisting over the left shoulder to the left side. And release. From here, you can either just simply switch the legs, or if you like to do the little twist around move, you can do that. Whatever works. So now you should have your right knee over your left. Inhale, long spine here. Exhale, walk it forward. Inhale, come up, plant the right foot, knee comes up, right hand behind you, left elbow hook to the right knee, and twist to the right side. And release. Bring the legs out in front of you and do staff pose or Dandasana. Hands are by your sides. Sit up nice and straight. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach for those toes. You don't need to go deep into this. Try to keep the spine long. Don't hunch over like this. Long spine. Bring your awareness to your breath. Repeat your Sankalpa. Find peace in this pose. Walk yourself back up. Bottoms of feet come to touch. Baddha Konasana, I'll face you for this. Knees come out wide. Hands clasp the feet. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, come forward. If you want a deeper stretch, you can push with your elbows out onto the knees, holding onto your feet. Continue to breathe. Even slow breath in and out. Come back up. And now come to your back. And bring the knees to the chest. Feet go wide. The feet come up towards the sky. So from here, you can either grab underneath your thighs, the back of the thighs, to pull the knees down towards your shoulders. If you can, grab the outsides of your feet or your big toes. You can wrap your peace fingers, your index and middle finger around your big toe for Happy Baby. Rock slightly from side to side, like feeling your energy continue to come down, spread out. And release down into your Shavasana. Bring the feet out in front of you. As wide as your mat. Allow the feet to roll out gently to each side. Hands come out to each side, palms facing up. If you have an eye pillow or a blanket, and lay that over your eyes or over your body. We're going to take a few minutes here in Shavasana. Each breath, allow every muscle in your body to relax. Feel as though you're melting down into the ground. Repeat your Sankalpa. start to come back. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Deepen your breath. Your energy start to slightly move once more with the sense of peace, relaxation, grounding. Pull the wrists and the ankles. Inhale the arms overhead. Big inhale and release it. Roll over to one side into your fetal position. And push up into a seated position with the eyes closed. Notice how you feel. How does your body feel? Your mind? Send yourself some gratitude for giving yourself the space and time for self-care. Sukha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Thank you. Love you guys. If anyone else wants to stay on and chat or provide feedback, welcome to do that. I'm around and excited to see you. If you need to go, that's cool. But yeah, you can take yourselves off mute if you want to say hi or let me know how.
Hey, Courtney.